Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll take you through an overview of the MOROCH terrain and the rules included in the new box set. I finished assembling all the contents of the MOROCH box set and thought it would be a cool idea to just go through a quick overview of the terrain and have a look at the rules that are included for it. There's quite a lot of terrain included in this box set, and if you were to buy this Fronteris Nachmund Battle Zone, you're going to get a little bit more than you get in the kill team, but not an awful lot more. You're only going to get an extra bunker, an extra board, and 4 pieces of the blockades. This is something that makes the MOROCH box set really appealing, and on top of the terrain you're also going to get the rulebook and you're going to get those 2 awesome kill teams. So if you like the sound of the Traitor Guard, the Blooded kill team and the PHOBOS strike team, then this could be a really good set to pick up. It's really great because it's modular as well, so you can put it together in lots of different ways. You can stack the bunker on top of the landing platform, you can put the satellite on top of the platform, and then you can move around all the blockades, so you can make them into like lines, you can join them up to the buildings, you can have every single piece of terrain completely separate, or you could even put the blockades on top of the platform. So with all that flexibility, I think you've got lots of game options with this set. In the rulebook that's included, you can find all the different missions. You're going to get 9 altogether, and that's going to show you the different layouts for all this terrain, so you can put it out in different ways. A few people have said they don't think it's enough for kill team, but I think it's cool to try something a little bit different. You're going to still get some height from this. You've got plenty of areas to hide behind, you're going to get lots of cover from it, so I think it could be quite interesting, but there's no reason why you can't add more terrain to it, and the chances are if you've been playing kill team you're going to have some extra terrain anyway. But I'm going to be using this for Warhammer 40,000, and this will be part of my Catachan Astra Militarum army build, so this will be involved in the jungle base I'm putting together. But for kill team, you're going to get specific rules for each piece of terrain. So now let's have a look at the rulebook and go through each of the terrain individually, and I'll point out all the different areas and the rules allocated to them. But before we do that, I just want to say a huge thank you to today's sponsor. It's the Little Shop DVD and Games, and this is my local friendly game store who has a huge range of Warhammer products, including all the kill team sets as well. So if you're looking to get hold of this MOROCH set, I'll put a link in the description down below that will take you to the Facebook page for the Little Shop DVD and Games, and then you can send them a message and grab hold of a copy of Kill Team for yourself and save up to 10% on all the Warhammer products there as well. And also, if you're looking to get hold of the Horus Heresy box set, there's a good chance you might be able to get hold of a copy there too. So all the links are down in the description, and thanks so much to the Little Shop DVD and Games. Right, let's have a look at these rules. So if you go to page 68 of the MOROCH Kill Team book, you'll see all the different pieces of terrain shown with the areas highlighted with the different rules associated with them. This is good to give you an idea of the line of sight and things like that, especially for those stockades. But let's have a look at the actual terrain, and I'll point out the different sections on the board. First up, we've got the Fronteris landing pad. Big chunky piece of terrain. This takes up quite a large space on the board and really easy to put together. Just a few chunky bits around the side and that one single piece on the top. Now the door is moulded, so it doesn't open or anything like that, but it is going to feature during the game with some special rules. You also get this little steps here that I haven't glued, so I can move it around and put it wherever I like. The first part of this terrain to note is this big top section. So all the area on the top here is a vantage point. It's also classed as low, so an operative climbing onto or dropping from the terrain feature treats its height as white, even if the vertical distance it would need to travel would be slightly more than that. But note that this means when dropping, the vertical distance travelled can be ignored. Then you've got the Fronteris landing pad fuel tank. So these are going to serve in some missions as objective markers, but you can't use these as a vantage point. You'll also be using the landing pad door as an objective marker in some of the missions. So this whole terrain piece, although it looks like a big chunk, it has got a lot of gameplay built into it. Then you've got the landing pad steps. Now this is treated as a separate terrain feature, and the handrails have got the insignificant trait, and all other parts of it have the light and step traits. And with the steps, each time an operative climbs a terrain feature with the trait, it ignores the vertical distance it travels. In some missions, you're going to stack other pieces of terrain on it, like the bunker, so that just goes on the top there. And then on the bunker, you can also put the blockades and things like that to give you some extra cover. And then we'll have a look at that bunker next and the rules for that too. The whole area on the top of the bunker is going to be classed as a vantage point, and all other parts of it have got the heavy trait. This hab bunker has got some doors, and these doors are going to feature as objective markers in some missions. So there's some conditions that you need to be a certain distance from them to control those objective markers. So again, there's lots of gameplay built into this, and although it can just seem like a pretty simple building, I think it's going to offer a lot during the battles. I keep calling this a satellite dish, but of course it isn't. It's an Auspex shrine, and this is going to have 3 different areas on it. That bottom section is treated as insignificant. This pipe coming out of the side of it here is traversable and light. And then you've got this little panel in the base, and this is the Auspex Shrine control area. This will serve as an objective marker in some missions, and then all other parts of the model have the heavy trait. I always thought this was the Auspex Shrine, but it's actually the Vox antenna. And now this has got a lot of rules associated to it. This platform here is a vantage point and it's confined, and that means only one operative can finish a move or set up there. The handrails on the top of the ladder have the insignificant trait, but the ladder has the heavy and scalable traits, and then all other parts of that antenna terrain feature have the heavy trait. Just like the other pieces of terrain we've seen, that vantage point is also going to serve as an objective marker in some missions. Now let's have a look at the Fronteris stockades. So we've got a few components here to look at, but all parts of the stockade feature will have heavy, stockade and defendable traits. For the stockade rule, an operative climbing over the terrain feature needs to travel 2 white vertically. That's 1 white up and 1 white down. When determining line of sight, if the active operative and or the intended target is higher than the highest point of this terrain feature, it's not treated as obscuring. One part of the stockade has 2 doors, and there are also some stockade connectors that you can see here on the right hand side, and some stockade curves on the left hand side. Now all of these are going to be treated as Fronteris stockades for all rules purposes. Those connectors and curves allow you to put this in different positions, but also connect it to the building. So that little connector goes on there. You don't glue it to the building, so you can move it around. You just reposition it on different sections. So you've got lots of options again. And that's it, a quick overview of some of the terrain rules included in this set, and here's some photos of all the terrain with some miniatures next to it to give you an idea of the scale, and I just think it looks really fun. I love all the interaction, the different objective markers on different parts of the building. I think if you like playing the different missions that are included in these packs and books, then you're going to love this one, because having all these different objectives that are linked to the building really can help you tell a story. So in narrative play, this is going to be awesome. I recently did a Weekend Warriors battle report where I used something similar with a satellite and a tower, and you had to take one of them down, and I think this would be perfect for that kind of scenario. So I think you could certainly use this to come up with lots of narrative games. I can't wait to include it in my Catachan army build and as part of my jungle base. So I'll be painting this in a kind of green colour, which is totally different from anything I've seen yet, and I'll be doing a video on how I painted that really soon. So I'll be priming it today and then getting on with the painting tomorrow, so look out for that coming soon on the channel. But yeah, really great terrain, really fun, and I think when you compare it to the price of that battle zone for £135 for the battle zone, you're almost getting that much terrain, except for a few of the stockades and one extra bunker and a board, and you're getting the 2 kill teams, the rules, and it's cheaper than the Fronteris battle zone. So all up, I think this is one of my favourite sets for kill team. If you're interested in the box set, I've done an unboxing review video, and I've also done some videos, one for how to build the Blooded Kill Team and the operative options, and one for the Phobos Kill Team options as well. So they're up on the channel, and if you'd like to order yourself a copy, save 10%, then get in touch with the Little Shop DVD and Games. The link's down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it gave you a little insight into the rules attached to the terrain so that it can help you to make a decision as to whether or not you want to add this to your collection. So thanks so much for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.